Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskritya. Paranchaiva Narottamam. Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Devam Saraswatam Vyasam.
Tato Jayam Udire.
Ashtaprayashu Vadareshu.
Ashtaprayashu Bhadreshu.
Bhagavata Sevaya.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Nityanekam.
Okay.
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke.
Bhavati Naistiki.
Bhakti Naishtaki.
इधर आ गए किधर से? Oh, yeah, not $26 today.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Tato Nanda Vrajam Itaha.
Tato Nanda Vrijita.
Tato Nanda Vrajam Itaha.
Tato Nanda Vrajam Itaha.
Pitra Kamsa Vibhyata.
पित्रा कंसाद् विभिव्यताः
एकादशा समास्तत्रा
एकादशा समास्तत्र
गोधार्ची सबलो अवसा
गुडाची
गुडाची
सबलो
सबलो
अवसात्
ततो नंदा व्रजम ईतः
ततो
ततो
नंद
नन्दा
व्रज
व्रजम् ईतः
पित्रा कंसाद् विभिव्यता
पित्रा कंसाद् विभिव्यता
एकादशा समास्तथा
एकादशा
एकादशा
समस्तत्र
गुधार्ची सबलो अवसत्
गुडाची सबलो
सबलो
अवसत्
अवस्त
नंदा व्रजम ईतः
ततो नन्दा व्रजम् ईतः
पित्रा कंसाद् विभिव्यता
पित्रा कंसाद् विभिव्यता
एकादशा समास्तथा
एकादशा समस्तत्र
आची सबलो अवसत्
गुडाची सबलो असत्
ततो नंदा व्रजम ईतः
ततो नन्दा व्रजमीतः
कंसाद् विभिव्यता
पित्रा कंसाद् विभिव्यता
एकादशा समास्तथा
एकादशा समस्तत्र
आची सबलो अवसत्
उदाचीर सबलो अवसत्
अवस्त
Tata thereafter Nanda Vrajam cow pastures of Nanda Maharaj Ita being brought up Pitra by his father, Kamsas from Kamsa, Vivivita being afraid of Ekadasha 11 Samha years, Tatra therein Buddha Archihi covered fire, Sabala with Baladev, Avasat resided. Thereafter his father being afraid of Kamsa brought him to cow pasture Nanda Maharaj Nanda, and there he lived for 11 years like a cow covered flame with the elder brother Baladeva. Thereafter, his father, being afraid of Kamsa, that is Vasudeva, brought him to cow pasture Nanda Maharaj, and there he lived for 11 years like a covered flame with his elder brother Baladeva. Hare Krishna. Yes, who wants to read? Hare Krishna, Mataji. Start.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. There was no necessity of the lords being dispatched to the house of Nanda Maharaj out of fear of Kamsa's determination to kill him as soon as he appeared. It is the business of the Asuras to try to kill the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or to prove by all means that there is no God, or that Krishna is an ordinary human being and not God. Lord Krishna is not affected by such determination of men of Kamsa's class, but in order to play the role of a child, he agreed to be carried by his father to the cow pastures of Nanda Maharaj because Vasudeva was afraid of Kamsa. Nanda Maharaj was due to receive him as his child, and Yashoda Mai was also to enjoy the childhood pastimes of the Lord, and therefore to fulfill everyone's desire, he was carried from Mathura to Vrindavana just after his appearance in the prison house of Kamsa. He lived there for 11 years and completed all his fascinating pastimes of childhood, boyhood, and adolescence, and his elder brother, Lord Baldeva, his first expansion. Vasudeva's thought of protecting Krishna from the wrath of Kamsa is part of a transcendental relationship. The Lord enjoys more when someone takes him as his subordinate son who needs the protection of a father than he does when someone accepts him as a supreme Lord. He is the father of everyone and he protects everyone. But when his devotee takes it for granted that the Lord is to be protected by the devotee's care, it is a transcendental joy for the Lord. Thus, when Vasudeva, out of fear of Kamsa, carried him to Vrindavana, the Lord enjoyed it. Otherwise, he had no fear from Kamsa or anyone else. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Himate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gaudavani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashad Deshatarine. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Tato Nanda Vrajam Itaha Pitra Kamsa Vibhivyata Ekadasha Samastatra Udharchi Sabalo Avasat. Thereafter his father being afraid of Kamsa, brought him to the cow pasture of the Maharaj Nanda, and there he lived for 11 years like a covered flame with his elder brother Baladeva. So we know there is no fear of Kamsa as such. Krishna had even appeared as the Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. So when a Narayana form he had come, one chakra he could have thrown and cut the head of Kamsa over. Or he could have come any time when he was killing any one of the brothers, and just like Narasimha protected Prahlad, he could have killed him. So never feel that as if there was some fear on the matter of the Lord. But apparently it looks as if he was scared of Kamsa. Apparently. So Krishna fulfills actually many purposes together. Vasudeva wanted to give him protection, and Devaki. And they decided to cheat Kamsa also for that, because they have given a promise to Kamsa that they will give each child. So Krishna took transcendental pleasure in this transcendental cheating of his devotees and their love and care and protection for Krishna. So he accepted that. But at the same time, Krishna was also to award Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mai his childhood pastimes, and therefore making them most fortunate. And with the Gopas and Gopis in Vrindavan, so the already descended. This team of Krishna is all, a lot of planning is there. Not that Krishna plays pastime childhood with anybody. No. So all the Gopas, all the Gopis, all is a big plan of Krishna. The elder parents like Vasudeva, Devaki, Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, they take birth before Krishna. It's like a king goes. I was just reading when a Saudi Arabian king goes to some place, tons and tons and tons of one day expenditure, hundreds of crores they spend. Even President of America comes to India, so much. His special car will be there, he'll come in a special aeroplane, he will come and have all kind of things, all actually just drama, but so much arrangements are made, so much arrangements. You can understand. You think when Krishna comes, no arrangement? A lot of planning goes on. A lot of devotees of Krishna are planning Krishna Leela every day. All details to the detail is planned. So when Krishna is coming, at that moment, Vasudeva, Devaki, and Nanda Maharaj are all already come. They're already there. And it's all planned by Krishna that he will be going to Vrindavan. And this is very unique. Actually, other Leela are common to any other incarnation. Any other incarnation, Paritrana, Sadhuna, Vinasha, Dushkita, that is there. Generator, operator, destroyer. But then in Krishna Leela, particularly in this Dwapar Yuga, the sweetness is that Krishna allows pastimes which show his magnificent feature, where he goes under the protection of his devotees. Now this is very unique of Krishna. He allows that. The devotees, what is their condition? They feel totally as if Krishna is one of them. Either the Gopis of Vrindavan, either the Gopas or Nanda Maharaj Yashoda, they never feel that Krishna is somebody superior in the sense he is God. No, he is one of them. And Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj feel they need to protect Krishna. And similarly, the Gopas feel equality in the sense of playing with Krishna. And the Gopis also in the same way. And devotion, which is actually marked with awe and reverence, is spoiled. there is fear. Particularly advanced three rasas that we have, Madhurya rasa, Vasalya rasa, and Sakhya rasa. It is needed to forget Krishna is God. Very difficult otherwise to offer service to Krishna in these three rasas. Therefore, Vrindavan. And this Leela, where Krishna shows the Vrindavan pastime, Krishna comes just in once in a day of Brahma. That means once in 8.64 billion years Krishna comes. And a short period of 125 years, is like actually a moment. It's not long. If you say the day of Brahma, then we are just contemporaries of Krishna. It just happened now. Krishna Lila did not happen very far away. It just happened recently. If you see in terms of 8.64 billion years, it's just maybe 1 second before. Very short. Actually, 1 second of Brahma is equal to 1 lakh years of ours. So within 1 second, this second only Krishna came. Just 1 second. Just now Krishna has come. And you can even go to Dwarka, you get even evidence. Whole Dwarka is down inside the water, we can see. And what is mentioned in the Shastra, what are the kind of currency that is there. They see those kind of marks in the currency, what they found in the Dwarka. So everything is collaborating. So Krishna's appearance, recent appearance for us we are very fortunate. So anyway, so Krishna comes once in a day of Brahma. And in this Leela is something very unique. What is unique in this Leela? That there is an opportunity to engage in love of Krishna without awe and reverence. So these pastimes of the Lord, which Krishna exhibits in Vrindavan, are very, very sweet. Very, very sweet. They surpass all the excellence. What they say, Venu Madhurya, Bhakta Madhurya, Rupa Madhurya, Leela Madhurya is already manifest. All the four unique characteristics of Krishna, where Krishna shows immense loving pastime with the devotees, are manifest in Vrindavan. And this becomes very unique. No other incarnation allows this feature. In fact, that is unique to Krishna anyway. Magnificent flute playing, magnificent beauty, very intimate pastime, and very intimate devotees. These four things are unique to Krishna. So this Madhurya, Rupa Madhurya, Leela Madhurya, Bhakta Madhurya, these are very unique to Krishna. So these are all very advanced devotees. Now who can participate in this very advanced pastime? Only very, very advanced devotees. In that sense, the devotees of Vrindavan are very advanced compared to others. You see all the Leelas. You see Madhurya Leela, Radha Krishna Leela is much more intense than Rukmini Krishna Leela. Sometimes the people ask this question, why there are no temples of Rukmini Krishna? It is there. Even ISKCON has Rukmini Dwarkadish temple in Los Angeles. But Radha Krishna is special. They more intense, the relationship. Then there is Vasalya Leela. We have Yashoda Krishna and Devaki Krishna. You will hardly find any temple of Devaki Krishna always. There are some, but mostly Yashoda Krishna. Then come the friends of Krishna in Vrindavan. They are not at all conscious Krishna is the Lord. So all these pastimes of the Lord, which are enacted in Vrindavan, are the sweetest pastimes of the Lord, where Krishna takes, Prabhupada says in the purport, transcendental pleasure in coming under the shelter of his devotees. He takes transcendental pleasure. That's how it is. Krishna is always being worshipped. When pure devotees feel Krishna needs their protection, and Krishna goes under their protection and he takes great pleasure. Like when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had come to Jagannath Puri, at the time Sarva Bhattacharya felt that he should hear Vedanta, because otherwise such a young person, how is he going to maintain brahmacharya? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw his affection and accepted. And you know what happened? Finally, 7 days he narrated Vedanta of Shankara, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu kept silent. He was not even uttering one word. After 7 days, he said, did you understand a word? If you didn't understand, why didn't you ask a question? One word you didn't speak. At least you say, okay, okay, or he clarifies something. You did not sought one clarification, did not ask one question also. Have you understood what I spoke? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no, I understood what you spoke, but my mind is simply agitated. What? Agitated, because their all explanations are wrong. What? Their all explanation of Vedanta is wrong. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained the real meaning, and Sarva Bhattacharya surrendered and became a great Vaishnava. But the point of what I'm looking at, the spirit, you see it. Sarva Bhattacharya wanted to give protection. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted. In fact, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Leela also always, whenever he's going for yatra, first he's taking permission. Would you permit me? I have to go. That's the sweetness. That's the sweetness. So this is the sweetest form of the Lord, the beauty of Krishna. Krishna is coming under the protection of his devotees, making more and more beautiful, and his pastimes so wonderful. So that is what we talked about. And Prabhupada mentioned that some people like to kill Krishna like demons, like Kamsa. They like to kill Krishna by weapons. But some people are very special. They like to kill Krishna by arguments. They try to present a nonsense philosophy. I am God, you are God, everybody is God. They try to kill Krishna by their foolish arguments. Okay, you worship Murugan, I worship Krishna, it's all same. No, it's not same, it's different. But people have no knowledge, and they insist their foolishness to be as good as real knowledge. Yatovat, tatopat, whatever you can imagine, that's all fine. Isn't it? There can be no bigger insult to the Shastra like that. It's a standard knowledge. If it is not standard knowledge, then why does Krishna say yoga nashta parantapa Arjuna, the knowledge is lost? If anybody can interpret anything and that's all goes fine, then why did Krishna have to start a new parampara with Arjuna and say, Arjuna, I have to start again? Sakalena mahata yoga nashta parantapa. Evam parampara prapta mimaraja viduhu. This knowledge is coming in Guru parampara, but during the period of time, the knowledge is lost. Something else is being spoken in the name of Krishna. Krishna again start the parampara from Arjuna, and Vedavyasa record the message. Again it is. So why? Because the message can be lost. The message of Gita and Bhagavatam, the most beautiful message, can be lost. So some people who are interpreting forget this point, and they just make any kind of imagination, and they think one imagination as good as another imagination. They become good scholars. There was one person in Kerala, he's a very big literary scholar, has many awards. He rewrote whole Mahabharata from the viewpoint of Bhima. There's nothing wrong in that. You're writing for but always Bhima being envious of Arjuna and Yudhishthira, they got all the limelight. Can you imagine the joke? And some other fool wanted to make a movie out of that. Krishna's grace, Krishna made him bankrupt before that. He was the richest person from Bangalore. In fact, I met his brother and requested him to tell him not to make movie on that nonsense. A book that has become very famous. He got literary awards for that. As I tell him not to make Mahabharata based on that, great disservice. He wanted to spend 10,000 crores. Another joke is all the actors are asked which role, will take Karna's role. For them is the hero. Because previous Mahabharata hero is not Arjuna, hero is Karna. Look at the joke which is going on. So these people, they are trying to kill Krishna by their foolish arguments. They're also like Kamsa only, and Shishupal and Kamsa want to somehow kill God. So we should not be bothered by all that, but that's the nature of society. Somehow kill God, either by argument, they are not God, everybody is God, I am God, you are God. That is kind of foolish arguments. And they confuse innocent mass of people. Actually, by nature, in human form, some God consciousness is always there. All we have to do is somehow revive that God consciousness. And that is what should be done. But instead of helping people revive God consciousness, you confuse them by foolish interpretations. That is not service, that is disservice. And then after the service, so-called spiritual master's business, you will go to hell along with your followers. So Bhagavad Gita is the standard knowledge. Otherwise, why Krishna had to restart the parampara? Bhagavad Gita is standard knowledge because what Arjuna understood in Gita is there within Gita. So there is nothing to worry. It's very clear, very specific. The meaning is clear. And everybody has an opportunity to understand real Bhagavad Gita and appreciate. So Krishna is going to Vrindavan 11 years. There is a confidential reason. He's not gone out of fear. He's actually gone for pleasure. Whatever Krishna does is for transcendental pleasure. He is free from any modes of metal nature. Nirasta Kuvaka, totally free from all kind of Maya, and always with this pure devotee, relishing pleasure of Krishna consciousness. We can do one more shloka, I think this is done. Hare Krishna. Parito vatsapai vatsams
Parito vatsapairvatsam
Arayan viharad vibhuho
charayan viharat
O pavane kujat
yamunopavane
Pujar
Dvija shankulitangri
Vijayankulitang
Parita surrounded by Vatsapai, coward boys, Vatsan, calves, Charayan, herding, tending, Viharat, enjoyed by traveling, Vibhu, the Almighty, Yamuna, the river, Yamuna river, Upavane, gardens on the shore, Pujat, prohibited by the voice, Dvija, the twice born bird, Shankulita, densely situated, Angripe, in the trees. In his childhood, the Almighty Lord was surrounded by coward boys and calves, and thus he traveled on the shore of Yamuna river, all through gardens densely covered with the trees and filled with vibrational chirping birds. In his childhood, the Almighty Lord was surrounded by coward boys and calves, and thus he traveled on the shore of Yamuna river, through gardens densely covered with trees and filled with vibrational chirping birds. Yes, Heth, read.
Yes, Prabhuji. Nanda Maharaj was a landholder for King Kamsa, but because by caste he was a Vaishya, a member of the mercantile and agricultural community, he maintained thousands of cows. It is the duty of the Vaishyas to give protection to the cows, just as the Kshatriyas are to give protection to the human beings. Because the Lord was a child, he was put in charge of the calves with his cowherd boyfriends. These cowherd boys were great rishis and yogis in their previous births, and after many such pious births, they gained the association of the Lord and could play with him on equal terms. Such cowherd boys never cared to know who Krishna was, but they played with him as a most intimate and lovable friend. They were so fond of the Lord that at night they would only think of the next morning when they would be able to meet the Lord and go together to the forest for cow herding. The forests on the shore of Yamuna are all beautiful gardens full of trees of mango, jackfruit, apples, guava, oranges, grapes, berries, palm fruit, and so many other plants and fragrant flowers. And because of the forest was on the bank of the Yamuna, naturally there were ducks, cranes, and peacocks on the branches of the trees. All these trees and birds and beasts were pious living entities born in transcendental abode of Vrindavana just to give pleasure to the Lord and his eternal associates, the cowherd boys. While playing like a small child with his associates, the Lord killed many demons, including Aghasura, Bakasura, Pralambasura, and Gardhabhasura. Although he appeared at Vrindavan just as a boy, he was actually like the covered flames of a fire. As a small particle of fire can kindle a great fire with fuel, so the Lord killed all the great demons. Beginning from his babyhood in the house of Nanda Maharaj, the land of Vrindavana, the Lord's childhood playground, still remains today, and anyone who visits these places enjoys the same transcendental bliss. Although the Lord is not physically visible to our imperfect eyes, Lord Chaitanya recommended this land of the Lord as identical with the Lord and therefore worshipable by the devotees. This instruction is taken up specially by the followers of Lord Chaitanya, known as the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. And because the land is identical with the Lord, devotees like Uddhava and Vidura visited these places 5,000 years ago in order to have direct contact with the Lord, visible or not visible. Thousands of devotees of the Lord are still wandering in these sacred places of Vrindavana, and all of them are preparing themselves to go back home, back to Godhead. Hare Krishna.
After reading all this, you want to go to Vrindavan? You have to wait. You have to wait some time. Parito vassa paivatsam charayan viharat vibhu yamuno pavane kujat yuja shankulitan ripe. In his childhood, the Almighty Lord was surrounded by the cowherd boys and calves, and thus he traveled on the shore of the Yamuna river through gardens densely covered with the trees and filled with vibrational chirping birds. So, we traveled on the shore of the Yamuna river, Krishna, and all the towns were on the bank of the river. So the water is the main issue is water. So water issue is solved. Okay. So through gardens and trees, and at that time Vrindavana was not like today, actually beautiful forest. When Krishna was present, the nature manifested beauty unsurpassable. So these are very, the boys Prabhupada is mentioned, the cowherd boys, they are not ordinary, they are extraordinary. In fact, the shloka comes, Krita Punya Puncha. How much pious activity they must have done to play with Krishna on an equal level. Actually, that's a great fortune. Okay? He maintained 1,000 cows, and Prabhupada says the Vaishyas were to give protection to the cows. Where we find any Vaishya? There are hardly any Vaishya today. And where is a Kshatriya giving protection to the men? It's actually very high quality of culture that doesn't exist today. Okay? These boys did not care to know who Krishna was, but played with him as an intimate and lovable friend. That is their nature, and enjoyed beautiful pastime. They were so fond of the Lord, so sweet. At night, they will only think about it the next morning. Okay, again we will go. Actually, spiritual body, Prabhupada says there is no tiredness. And when more and more you become spiritually surcharged, more and more we are doing sadhana to serve the Lord. Okay, more and more. And the forest on the bank of Yamuna, today also it is there, but that time was very beautifully manifest when Krishna was there. Okay, and so many fruits are there. Because the forest on the bank of Yamuna, naturally there were ducks, crane, peacocks. Okay, and all these living entities, all the birds, all the trees, everything that was part of Krishna Leela, special source. No ordinary bird, no ordinary tree, nobody can get a chance to enter Krishna Leela. Because how will they receive the Lord? They will not be able to receive the Lord. It's there when Krishna used to leave the Vrindavan and go to the forest, all Vrindavan Vasis will be sad, missing him. But the forest used to welcome him. Forest, all the trees, all the birds, all the animals are welcoming Krishna. They're also feeling great joy as sitting with Krishna. And Krishna killed so many demons. There's a list of demons there. They were actually like covered flames of fire. It was as potent. It is not that Krishna became God. That is not true. He's always God. Right from childhood, he started killing the demons from the baby into the house of Nanda Maharaj. Putana, Tiranavata, so many demons he killed. So Lord is not physically visible to our, even today you can go, but because we are not qualified, he is not visible to our imperfect eyes. Premanjanan Churita Bhakti Vilochanena, anywhere. If this condition is there, Premanjana, love for Krishna, then we can see the Lord. The instruction is taken specially, follow the Lord Chaitanya, the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Land is identical with the Lord. Devotees like Uddhava with the Israel, the place 5,000 years ago, not to have direct contact with the Lord, visible or not visible. So, this is one of the special contributions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. See, to point out the unique position of Krishna. And then second thing, to also point out unique position of Vrindavan Dham. Vrindavan Dham is worshipable. Krishna is worshipable. Vrindavan Dham is also worshipable. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Prabhu deputed his 6 Goswami disciples to develop Vrindavan. And whatever you see Vrindavan today is because of 6 Goswamis. The Shad Goswami temples are there. They sat down and wrote so much literature, established Krishna Bhakti. Now you're reading this purpose. Chaitanya Prabhu saw to it that it was written down by Goswamis, all the elaborate Tattva Krishna consciousness. And that message has come down the parampara and you are finding in a sweet purpose there. So everything is based in ISKCON on the work of the Goswamis as philosophically. And they were very noble and very famous. In fact, if you go around Vrindavan, you find only 2 things, either Bhajan Kuti or the Samadhi of this Acharyas. This is the Bhajan Kuti Rupa Goswami, this is the Bhajan Kuti Sanatan Goswami, this is the Pushya Samadhi, this is the actual Samadhi, all around Vrindavan is there. And there are 6 temples which they established. They are still today the most important temples in Vrindavan. So we will definitely go one day to visit all that. But not now. Now I feel everybody take care. Infection is quite wild, not more wild. So, not only one side people are recovering, other side we are having very senior devotees in life and death condition. Hare Krishna. So we will continue our prayers. Everybody, we'll chant one round for devotees in difficulty.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna
Krishna
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Hare
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Vishnu Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, how many registrations is there in Bhagavad Gita course?
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I have some question. Can I ask?
Just wait. 15,747 till now.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, boli.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, please.
Hello Prabhuji, can you hear me?
Yeah.
See, Lord Brahma asked Sri Krishna to come to earth for getting rid of Kansa and other evils. Again, it was Lord Brahma who asked Mahadevi to come to kill the demons, Madhukataba and all. Now we have this big problem, pandemic, which is killing a lot of people all over the world. Can we not invoke Lord Brahma to designate some god?
Chant what we get. Chant. Everybody chants Hare Krishna. Pandemic will go away. In fact, Prabhupada talks about it. In Calcutta, there was a big pandemic some time ago. All the time. There was a huge Harinam organized, and everybody Prabhupada says, so Krishna's grace, Krishna can do, but people are not ready to chant. That's a problem. Finally, nothing happens without God's sanction. But when people only learn by hard ways, what to do then? They don't want to learn by right. They want to only learn by hard ways. People are not ready to learn softly.
सुनो मैंने एक क्वेश्चन पूछना था.
So sometimes people learn in hard ways. So Krishna is not sentimental. Okay. So laws of karma are hard ways of learning. Now you are hearing Bhagavatam, this is soft way of learning. We are hearing Bhagavatam, chanting Hare Krishna, we get reformed. There is no need of danda. But some people want to learn with the danda. So overall human society wants to learn with the danda. But it's not that people are dying now, they were not dying before. Previously, also every day 30,000 people are dying. It's not that suddenly people have started dying. No, people are dying before also. Now they're doing road accident, they're dying at home by corona. Pain is same. Not that pain is less or more. Pain is same. But one thing is good. People are recognizing there is pain now. Gita says, Dukhalayam, there is pain always. But now people are recognizing there is pain. Anna? So it's good. In that sense, it is true. We do not want anybody to suffer. We always want to pray. There is a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya, Vasudeva Datta. He said, my Lord, my request is you transfer everybody's karma to me. I cannot see them suffer. So like that, your heart is golden. You do not want to see people to suffer. That's nice. But what can be done? Situation sometimes, that's the only way. Human society is getting a message. What do they need to eat? Chamkadar. Mango is there, apple is there, so sweet. Yesterday they made sabji, Arabi ka sabji, so tasty. Why you to eat chamkadar and then suffer? Like that, human society is getting suffering. Yesterday I read, in America, the state has given invitation. There are too many bisons in our place. We want some 100 volunteers to kill thousands of bisons. What right you have to kill like that? Just for your comfort. Kill anybody and everybody. That way there are too many men, you know. So then nature says, okay, there are too many men also, let me reduce little population. So aren't we being so cruel to the animals, so cruel to the nature? You know? So sometimes reaction is that. At least some sense people understood nature is powerful and they become little humble. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Vancha
Hare
kalpatarubhyo.
Krishna Prabhuji, let me ask one question. Can I ask that question?
Related to Bhagavatam today. Don't ask outside.
Yes. So sorry, I want to ask about this cow, regarding the cow, stray cow, those who we are seeing on the roadside and eating the garbage. So how that problem should be sorted out?
Okay, it's another topic. Take it some other day. Take it.
Oh, okay.
Totally out.
And the second one, did Radha Rani went to Dwarka, as I have seen in one of the episodes of Krishna?
Hey, please, serials, don't talk about TV serials. Rubbish
Okay.
serials. What you will learn. Why you hear Bhagavatam? Then you go there only. Why you come here?
Oh, okay.
You don't learn.
Thank you.
Don't learn from rubbish TV serials about Krishna. You read Bhagavatam, you'll learn. Okay, you learn.
Okay.
And Hare
I
Krishna.
also read. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Okay.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Vancha
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Vacha patitanam pavanebhyo
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
namo